Here's what the oil pan looks like. Quite a few days after the fact, to be honest with you. The big hole was. So it has slowly started to drip. But other than that, it's been holding up just fine. Alright, well, we're gonna go ahead and change her out now with the new Mark III pan. Alright, so the main thing you're gonna need, I have the extended version, but you'll need a 5 millimeter Allen. I like having the socket ones just so that way you don't strip anything. So for this part, we're just going to disconnect from the pan right here. We should be able to get away with leaving that, and then we should be able to pull it and then pull it down enough and slide it out back. Which those are 5s as well. Sorry guys, it's a little difficult trying to do this and film at the same time. So you can see there's a guy hidden right there, and then there's another one hidden right there. So we do have to move this stupid secondary air injection bracket to get room. Alright, so what I'm doing to get this guy underneath the bracket is I kind of bent this back, because this, where is it? That 6 mil right there is a little hard to get, because anything you put on it, it rubs against this stupid plate, which therefore causes it to round out. So we're just going to bend this back, and then just use the normal thing like we were, just like that. Carry on with our original plan. So now there's going to be these little holes. So the first one, if I can let it focus. There's one in there. There's one in there. There's one in there. There's one in there, and there's supposed to be one there. Mine doesn't have one. All right, once you get all the Allens, there's gonna be a couple 16mm bolts. 1, 2, and then there's a third one right over. What is it? Oh, right there. Right there.
One eternity later.
All right, I was finally able to pull the pan to see the damage that went through. It's the JB weld poking through. Oh, there's another big one, this whole fin. Another big old hole. That's the last one right there. All right, so I used a piece of cardboard, traced out a line of what this plate should look like, and so now I wrote it out, and now I'm using tin snips to cut it out. The jigsaw was making it way more difficult, so the tin snips work really well. I just used a piece of aluminum because it doesn't have to be anything fancy, so aluminum will work just fine. So yeah, I'm just finish cut this out, and then we'll be able to put it back. All right, now I got it cut out. Now we're gonna go ahead and do test fit to see where the bolt holes will go. Also, this sheet of aluminum, it was one foot by 2 feet. It was, I think it was $9, so it wasn't too crazy. I mean, it's a little bit longer. Like, so we could retrace it and then cut it out again. So I think that's what I'm gonna do, is go ahead and trim it now. So I still use the old original one that came with it, just kind of to guide it and hold it. Just because why not? It's already there. And then I got some nuts on there. So these bolts, the thread size is an M10. These are what came out, and they're a 1.5 thread pitch. For the oil pan bolts, since you have this new Mark III pan, you either need washers. I was able to reuse some of them. You can see how they poke through the top, but some spots like this one, they can't. So you need the bolt size is a M6 by 17, and the thread pitch is 1. The Mark IV bolts are a M6 by 20, so you need to cut off those 3. I ended up using M6 by 16 because that's all the parts store had, and they work great, mainly for over here, because if you use these longer ones, you'll ruin the chain and the tensioner on the inside, and you don't want to do that. So the parts store closed that I originally got the short ones from, so like on these ones I had to use a couple washers just so they'd actually snug down. But you can see she all fits, besides this stupid little bracket, which probably be cut off, to be honest, or just leave it. I'm probably getting rid of the secondary air intake anyway. But yeah, she's all good. She's here. She's a lot shorter. I think they say this saves 2 inches. The other one goes down to about here. So it already cuts down a lot, plus it's steel, so it'll dent and bend rather than fucking crack. So yeah, it's been a fun endeavor, but she's good to go now. So now I'm just gonna go ahead and just change the filter for the hell of it, since we're here and the oil's drained, and then pour some oil in it.